What's up, guys? This is Chad down in California. We're hanging out at Venice Beach right now. I'm with an old friend from high school. We've been best friends since, probably the 6th grade. He's got a lot of questions that I don't necessarily think about, and a lot of subjects that I don't necessarily think about when I'm making my my van videos. So I'm going to hand the camera to him, and he wants to do a little interview of some of the questions that he's got, and I think it's going to really pertain to a lot of the questions that the general public really has about living in their van.
So you guys, I don't live in a van, and I'm sitting here with Chad, and I'm asking him questions about his van life thing, and I thought it might be kind of cool to, you know, put this on the YouTube channel. So Chad's like cool about it, so let's just see what Chad has to say. This is totally free flow. None of this is scripted. So, I'm gonna turn over to Chad and let's ask some questions. So let's talk about the wheels. What wheels do you prefer on a van? I mean, you know, there's people out there probably in a van. They got to change their wheels out.
Now, are we talking wheels or are we talking tires?
I don't know. Tell them what you think.
Well, you know what?
Ground up. I got to replace my wheels. What should I get?
When I bought my van, I came up, I was given the option of going with a 14-inch wheel or a 15-inch wheel.
Damn straight.
Yeah, and I chose to go with the 15-inch Volkswagen Vanagon stock wheel. It was offered on the 1987 and newer models, and so yeah, I'm rocking 15s on there. For tread, I chose to rock the Maxxis 751 radials. Those really do good with me off-road. They got some real aggressive tread. They do really good in the snow. In fact, I featured them in my winter driving videos. You'll be able to find more information about them there. And I'd just like to thank my sponsor, Maxxis, and my Vanagon wheel sponsor. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So, oil changes.
Oil changes.
How often? I mean, you're living in your van, you're driving a lot.
Well, you know what? One thing I do is I run, I really insist on running Mobil 1 synthetic.
Why? I mean, compared to all the other options,
like
right?
Pennzoil and stuff?
Yeah, whatever.
Well, it's a synthetic. I've always heard really good things about it. Everywhere you read online, like Mobil 1 synthetic's really good oil. And they call for like a 6,000 to 10,000 mile like oil change.
Yeah.
I always try to keep it around 3,000. I don't care if I'm running synthetic. You know, that's always kind of general status of changing your oil is 3,000 miles. So I figured if you're running synthetic and you're good to 10, if you change it to 3, you're even better.
Nice.
Double it up.
So do you do your own oil changes?
I do all my own oil changes, you know. Like,
so what advice do you have to folks living in their van? I mean, so you're out on a street, right? You got to change your oil. You go to whatever auto parts store. Now what?
Okay, well, check this out. I went to O'Reilly's when I got here from driving down from Washington. I get to California, and I'm in like concrete jungle, concrete and steel everywhere I go. Where am I going to change my oil? I go right to O'Reilly's. They've got like this $5 deal where you can buy an oil drain bucket, a funnel, paper towels, oil filter, and oil for like this great price. So I just went to O'Reilly's, I bought that, and I went to the nearest parking lot, and I went back in the back where I was kind of left alone, and I changed my oil right in a parking lot. I mean, as long as you're safe and environmentally friendly, you can clean up your oil mess, and you can change your oil right there. And all the auto parts stores offer an oil, you can turn in your oil there, your used oil. And so I just dumped the used oil back in the containers and take it in and dump it. So changing your oil on the road, like, it's pretty easy to do. It's super easy, and it's really good to do it. You want to stay up on your oil changes, and it's worth saving the money versus having somebody else do it.
Nice. So we're talking about oil. How about gas? Do you have a preferred gas station? I mean, where do you fill this sucker up? This baby, this buddy of yours. Where does it get fueled up?
You know, I've always tried to run premium fuel in it. I don't necessarily have a particular gas station that I try to stay with. I try to stay with like Chevron, Shell, Mobil. I try to stay away from Arco. Just, I don't know, you always hear rumors. But I try, especially with the Subaru motor and it's being a little bit higher compression, I try to stay with higher premium gas. A lot of people argue that, but I just, you know, it costs you an extra couple bucks on a whole tank to go with premium versus regular, and I just rock it.
Nice. So you talked about the Subaru motor.
Yeah.
All right. So audience, you know, I don't know if you know, but there's some situations that Chad has found himself in. Chad's actually living in a guest house right now because something happened to him. and I think he wants to explain to the audience kind of what his predicament is. So, Chad?
Yeah.
What's going on?
You know, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I told you guys right from the beginning that the Vanagon developed a knock in the motor, and that was after putting the Subaru motor in it. A lot of people have been questioning me like, wow, after your Subaru experience, you want to put another Subaru in it? And I go back to, you know what, I made a mistake off of buying a motor off of Craigslist, and it was just a bum deal. I bought it from some backyard mechanic that thought he knew what he was doing, and it turns out he didn't have the experience to really rebuild the motor. So my mistake there, I take 100% blame for that. At this point, the Vanagon is in a shop down here in Southern California, to be exact. It's Costa Mesa. And it's,
what's the shop name?
It's Europro, and he specializes in these Vanagons. I rolled into his shop, and there's like 10 Vanagons parked in his driveway. They're all extremely nice vans, and he's done over 107 Vanagon to Subaru conversions. So I felt really comfortable that these guys were going to take care of me. So right now the van is sitting in the shop. The old motor's dropped out of it. The new motor is in today. It came in off of freight today, so it'll be installed over the next couple days. In the meantime, I've been rocking a Honda Accord rental car. I've got to drive 6 hours tomorrow morning up to Oakland for another race, so I've got the rental car, and I'm staying in my buddy Joe's guest house, which is actually really, really cool because I've been really hip on all these tiny houses, and this thing is the epitome of tiny houses. It's a one-car garage shack that is pimped out. Let me tell you, tiny houses are the stuff. Like when I finally grow up and I get out of my van, I've told all you guys that I want to live in a tiny house. And so having this experience of living in this one-car converted garage, it's perfect. It's this little tiny house. It's got a shower, a toilet, a microwave, a refrigerator, a freezer, an HD TV, a bed, all in like less than, I mean, this thing's probably like 12 by 24. It's a little shack. It's awesome, so I really appreciate that. Yeah, I've been rocking it.
Nice. So you're getting an engine replaced right now.
Yep.
Anything else to the van that you should tell people? I mean, you have it in the shop, right? So what else are they working on?
It's in the shop, you know. There was a lot of things that I had on the list to take care of before I, you know, jumped on this big road trip to come to California. I was asked to change my life and jump into this road trip within a matter of a couple days. So I wasn't able to take care of a lot of the list of the things that I wanted to accomplish on the van. Before I left, I was able to do the upper and lower ball joints as well as the A-arm bushings. But while the van's in the shop, I'm going to have them go over the brakes. I'm going to throw in a new fuel tank because my fuel tank was rusted and causing me some issues. So, you know, at this point, I just wanted the van to be good so I didn't have to worry about it on the rest of the trip. So while it's in there, Joe at Europro is going to really jump into the van and take care of all that situation and get me, you know, up to snuff.
Nice. Tell the audience, dude, what is in your glove box?
Well, my glove box is actually my filing cabinet. I've got to say it. I've got 2 envelopes that I keep receipts in. So I've got one envelope that is all my business expenses. So all my gas receipts, all the equipment purchases that I make, anything that I do on a day-to-day basis, it goes into my business receipts envelope. And so it's really a filing cabinet, I'm not even kidding. So the other envelope that I have is any van expenses. So any oil changes, any extra parts, anything that I spend on the actual Westfalia goes in that envelope. And then also in there I've got my owner's manual for the Westfalia, and I keep very good records of all the service maintenance, when I put the new motor in, all the mileage, everything I did to it. So that's my glove box. It's my personal filing cabinet. That's how it goes down when you live in a van.